Yeah, it's the role of faith. We talk love, we talk faith. God first, couple.
Welcome y'all to another episode of the Role Effect Podcast. My name is Milton.
And I'm Felicia.
Welcome y'all. We glad to see y'all. How y'all doing?
Welcome y'all. Welcome. We're happy to be here once again with them, right?
Are you really? Yeah, just
Absolutely.
kidding. Yeah, we love it.
Absolutely.
How you doing though?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
That's what's up.
I'm tired a little bit, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, how are you?
Life is good, so I'm gonna ride it out. Ride it out.
Ride it out then, babe.
Tired or no time. Ride it out. Do our thing.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
You guys, welcome to another episode of the Roll Effect Podcast. We're so happy to be here and talking to you guys tonight. And, you know, listen, there's a lot of life that be lifing, right? You hear that all the time, life be lifing. And people go through their own storms and their own situation. And it came to us, a situation that came to us. And we decided that we've mentioned this before, but we're going to dive a little deeper into our move here to Charlotte.
Ooh.
And this is about faith. So our topic today is seeing it before you see it. Right? Faith, marriage, and Charlotte.
Oh gosh.
Seeing it before you see it. And again, this came from a situation that happened, and we started talking about faith, and we decided to kind of like dive deeper and get a little more personal about our story of coming here from Atlanta to Charlotte. Right? So you ready to get into it?
Ooh, yeah. That's a lot be lifing it up in there.
We're gonna get right into it. So you guys, if you enjoy what we do, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Send this to someone who you think is in need. We have different days that we're on now. We're on Tuesdays. So if you haven't seen Girl Talk Tuesday, it came on Tuesday night. So you might want to go check that out. That was a pretty good episode. I'm really excited about Girl Talk Tuesday.
Premiere.
We did. Yeah. We did that episode and it came out last night. And then also we have Just Us, Milton and Felicia that comes on Sunday. And then of course the Roll Effect Podcast. So listen, we got a lot of information on YouTube and other platforms. So go check us out. And we would really appreciate your support, right?
We would really appreciate your support.
We really would.
Yeah.
So faith. So let's talk about let's start with, we was living in Atlanta and working, the hustle, the bustle, the crazy. It was kind of getting to me.
Better
honestly.
known as the rat race.
Yes, it was kind of getting to me. We wasn't doing very well. And if I can be very transparent right now, I was like, you need to go that way. I need to go this way. We need to split. And
She tried to kick me to the curb, in other words.
well, yeah. It was just not a good situation. So when I was at work one day, my spirit said, you might need to try to do something a little bit differently, right? And I had been in Georgia all my life, so I wanted to experience something else, and I wanted to move away. Milton, on the other hand, had lived in Florida, born and raised, and he came to Georgia. But I had been in Georgia all my life, and I was like, I want something different. And so I asked him one day, would you consider moving to Charlotte? And he said yes. Let me just say that. He said yes. Now, I felt like at the time I was like, well, maybe if we move, then the relationship would get a little better, because where we was, this one was not a good person. He's a good person, but at that time, I just didn't see the beauty. I just did not see it. And so I was like, well, whether you come or not, I'm going. Basically, that was it. You don't have to come. You can stay. I'm going. So, what you want? You want to intervene? You want to say something here?
Well, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Just go ahead.
That was definitely her thought process, and I'm gonna just back up a little bit. When she asked me would I like move to Charlotte, I'm thinking, yeah, one day, no problem. When the time is right in my mind, we could try to be adventurous. That's all I'm thinking. And yeah, things wasn't good. We were still in our dumb 20s, I believe, somewhere in there. But yeah, she asked the question, and at the same time, we was kind of going at it. So yeah, we wasn't on the same road at the time.
No. Definitely not. So fast forward, I was at work one day in Atlanta, and one of the managers called from Charlotte to Atlanta. They used to talk often. And so when he called one day, I asked my manager at the time, I said, ask him, do he has any openings in Atlanta, in Charlotte? And she asked, and he said, well, yes, I do. And so he said, I was just about to try to hire a temp for this assistant position, but would she like it? And I said, tell him I let him know tomorrow. That's how fast I was going, you guys.
And it was probably within that week of the conversation about would you like to move to Charlotte? Let's get that put out there right then. So I done forgot all about it at this point. Well, yeah, one day we could do that.
Yeah. And so so when I got home, when I went home, I said, hey, they have a position in Charlotte. I'm gonna take the position. Just the bottom line, I'm gonna take the position.
And I'm like, what? we just talked about this week. What do you mean you're gonna take the position?
Yep. I said, I'm gonna take the position, and he said, I don't have a job. I was like, not my problem. And I have to
I don't have a job there.
I don't have a job there. I said, not my problem, because keep in mind, I didn't really care at the moment. I was like, I don't want this relationship. I'm ready to go. I'm going to Charlotte. I have a job. I'm going to Charlotte, basically. Yeah. So he was like, I don't have a job there yet, and da 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 da. And I'm like, not my problem. I am telling him tomorrow that I am taking the job.
And I'm like, no, you not.
But the next day I called and say, I am taking that job. And he was like, okay, cool. When you want to move, da da da. So I started the ball rolling. Now, you guys, we're talking about faith. At this time, I had zero faith in this relationship, because I was pretty much just like, I'm done. I have done all that I can do. I am done with this relationship. So I started the ball rolling. And I think a couple of weeks later, we came to Charlotte together to look for a space. And what's crazy is we was driving to look for a space, and I was saying, I want a divorce. And he was like, what? We're driving to look for something. I'm like, I want a divorce. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. I want a divorce. I'm done. Right?
She had done lost her mind. America.
America.
Yeah, I'm telling everybody. Lost her mind.
Well,
she got me moving. Well, was that?
We hadn't moved yet. We was looking for a space.
We was looking, and
we came looking for a space. And so I'm gonna stop right here to say, right there. We're gonna stop right there. and I'm just going to tell, first, let me ask you a couple of questions before we get into all the other things, right? So when I decided that we was going to move to Charlotte, what was your thoughts?
My thoughts was, I thought you hadn't lost your mind. Because first you mentioned it to me a couple days ahead. Hey, what do you think about moving to Charlotte? And I'm thinking, yeah, you know, most people going to prepare, okay, maybe 3-6 months out, we could do this. This was this week. So I say, yeah, she must be on something. Something wrong. Something is not right. Then she say she gonna do it whether I want to do it or not. So yeah, I thought that like this ain't good.
And what's crazy is, see, you thought that. I thought, in my mind, I kept saying, I am going to go crazy if I don't leave. I felt like my urgency was like a 911. It's like, you guys, you know, when things are going on in your life and you like, I need to get far, or I need to remove myself from this, because if I don't remove myself from this, I am going to literally go crazy. So for me, it felt like
it felt toxic. It felt like a burning house, and you just had to get out of the territory.
I needed to be gone. Like I needed, and I was praying too.
Need a fresh start.
Like, yeah, I was praying to God. I was like, God, I can't remain here. I felt like everything was closing in, and I felt like I got to get away. So for me, it was a life or death situation. For him, it was, she done lost her mind.
And it was, you know, a little bit uncomfortable just to get up and jet, because we wasn't at the same place. You felt a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I like where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand. I didn't really get the urgency that you were going through.
Yeah. Yeah. Until later.
Yeah, we didn't really, you wasn't really transparent about a lot of stuff back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So until later, I totally understood.
Yeah.
And if we were who we are now, then we would have been making preparations to go a long time ago.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now let's fast forward back in the car. We're in the car and we're driving. Now, weeks are going by. We come, we look around, we get back, and I have two options of going to different places. And so Milton we talked about this one time before. You can go back and check that out, because I don't want to get into how we did that part of it. As far as like, we had two offers from the same two places. We talked about that, and I'll pop a video if I can find it, or which video we're talking about with that. So once we got back, Milton kept saying, well, I'm just going to have to meet you on the weekend or something, because I don't have a job. And at this time, you guys, I did not care. I was totally turned off when it came to thinking about what Milton wanted, what Milton thought, any of that. My mind was totally and completely turned off. And that's why faith in this was very important, you guys, because I just did not have a clue of how to fix or repair this relationship. So fast forward, we're still proceeding to go, and I think we was in a car one day, and I was talking. We was having a heated argument, a heated conversation.
Was that coming back to Charlotte?
Yeah, we was having a heated conversation, and he said, "You need to start figuring out how to fix your marriage." And when he said that, it's like a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, I need to fix my marriage. And it honestly got me to thinking in that moment, like, I just kept repeating it in my head, like, I need to fix my marriage. I need to fix my marriage. And I remembered when we first got married, one of our things was, when we do this, we're doing this.
We did that before we got married.
Right.
When we were just dating.
Yeah.
That we were going to ride it out.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what.
Yeah.
We had been through that before.
Yeah.
So we have to learn as humans and Christians how to work our differences out.
Yeah.
You know, everybody goes through differences and different things leading to divorce. But if you don't learn how to work those out, you're going to repeat those patterns.
Yes.
And you got to have the Holy Spirit in there to guide you. Because that was one of my things that came in to say, this, I don't care how heated we are, this is what you need to focus on right now. Like, I'm going to focus on it. And then we'll focus on whatever else later.
Yes.
This is what we need.
Yes. So another question for you is, looking back at it, at what point did you decide to choose faith over reconciliation and walking away? And I guess that can be my question, because I was the one who was talking about, I'm getting divorced and you need da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, I can answer to that too after you.
Okay.
But because I'm hearing this, so it's going to make me feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah, right.
It's going to make me want to go in that position, or I'm going to try to fix it.
Okay, so what was your thoughts?
Well, so I'm a keeper and I'm loyal, and I might have been creating some of the
He's saying
issues.
he's a keeper.
I'm loyal.
You're a keeper.
Yeah, yeah.
I should be saying whether you're a keeper or not.
But
crazy.
Now you done made me forget the question. So, what made me make a decision? You said between
walking away and having faith.
So, even when you was mentioning that, and I was saying, well, I need a gig. Or I could go up there and find a gig, but I wanted to secure something before I went. That was my whole deal. And the other thing was it happened. Your faith in what you believed in happened so much quicker than mine. So we was in two different positions. You was in the go. I was in no. And then I was like, well, it looked like she going. So you remember I was saying, well, what we gonna do? We gonna meet halfway at the state line and go on a date or something on the weekend until I get settled. I don't know if that would have worked. But after that, what I did, I just really started praying real hard. Like, Lord, I need you to let me know if this is the end, or is this just something I'm going through so that I can move forward. I need an answer.
Yeah.
To help me with that decision.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't make the decision.
Yeah.
Because we get in our own way.
Yeah.
So I waited, I prayed, and I got my answers.
Yeah. So.
And my answer was to stay together. That's why I told you what I told you out of me spiritually.
Yeah.
That what you need to concentrate on, because I already had done prayed on that and was walking that way.
Yeah, I wasn't there, you guys.
Right, so there we is in two different
places.
lanes at the time. Yeah,
absolutely. So the leap of faith for us was moving to Charlotte. That was the first thing. That's the leap of faith, right?
And that's a big thing. We talking about leaving to a whole nother 2 states away.
Where we have no family.
No family.
No support.
No
basically.
support. And we going at it.
We're going at
now,
it. Now
you gotta be that. If that ain't enough, where the devil's playground.
Not only that, we had no place to live.
Right.
Because when Milton did go to Charlotte, he did, and he went before I did. So he stayed in a hotel until I got there. And when I got there, we stayed in another, like an extended stay hotel that you paid by the weeks. By the week, right?
Yeah. Before you go further, let me put a home run to that spot.
Yeah.
So, because my spirit was just like, I don't know, I don't make drastic decisions. I try to wait and hear and make decisions. I thought yours was so rapid. I'm like, I just can't do that. I couldn't.
Yeah.
So I prayed about it. God gave me an answer. As you know, I was working here, was able to, as she said in another episode we did, she had a choice to go to 2 places. One of them was Charlotte. And I had the opportunity to go to 2 places, the same exact places. So when God had answered that and say, well, you got a job, that's telling me I want y'all together. It's a green light. So I prayed about it. I'll end up going first to set up shop. That's how he would have wanted it. The man, you go set up the shop, you do what you do. And from there, I remember getting a U-Haul, brought all our stuff up, and went on the 2nd floor one time with the furniture and everything by myself.
Yeah, but
I don't know how I did that, but that was later, right?
That was later because the furniture was in storage because we didn't have it. We didn't have a place to go. We had jobs, but no home.
Right, we had one room.
This is faith, you guys. This is the faith that that kicked in, and I want to talk about that because I'm still in my I don't want to talk to you mode, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still going through whether I want to stay in this marriage or not, right?
Right.
Milton is in a different headspace at that moment, right?
I'm trying to adjust to our new life, and you trying to say, I don't know if this is going to be our new life. And I'm thinking she done got me here. I'm 2 states away. Now, I know darn well she better get her mind right.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what I'm thinking.
So, that's funny. So, we're both now in Charlotte. We had an extended hotel because we don't have a place to stay. And that's where the seeing it, believing it before you see it comes in. Because I believe that Charlotte was for me. But I didn't see it manifest yet because we didn't have a place to stay. So as far as I'm concerned, we're kind of homeless right now. We don't have any place to stay. And my daughter, it was her senior year in high school. So now it's time for me to enroll her into the high school here. And so this is where the invisible work start happening, right?
And let me throw this in there. You have obstacles before you really see the glory in everything.
Absolutely.
So it's always going to be that.
Yeah.
But that's what some people stop right there and don't keep going forward. So
yes.
Just want to throw that in there.
Absolutely. So when it's time for me to enroll my daughter in school, there was issues at the school and all of that. And it was a lot of stuff going on. And what ended up happening is my daughter had to go back to Georgia, and she was with my mom for her senior year to finish her senior year out. So that left Milton and I by ourselves. That's the invisible work of God. All that was behind the scenes and the things that he was doing behind to say, okay, you're not going to have a place to stay right now. And what happened was we had to be at this extended stay. You know, it's like a studio apartment. So you got just that one room, and then you got a little kitchenette right there that you can have the little microwave or stuff like that. You got that one TV, that one bed, and you just gotta be in this one room by yourself.
It's really made for one person.
And it's crazy because I still don't like him, you guys. So I'm like, dang, I gotta be in this room by myself with him. I ain't got my daughter. We don't have a place to stay. So I can't go upstairs and he go downstairs. Or I can't go in one room and you go in the other room. There ain't but one room. And that's the invisible work that God was doing, that now we don't have a choice but to conversate. We don't have a choice but to try to figure this thing out. Mm-hmm. And so that's when the magic started happening. Because what I think happened, or what I know happen. It's because we had all the hustle and the bustle, all the outside voices that was in our heads with different people and friends and all that, all the craziness that was going on, all that had stopped. All the noise had stopped. And then God was doing the work behind the scenes, and we not knowing how this all worked until we actually looked after the fact and looked at it and went like, God is so good. He is so good. And so while we're in this room, we're having to talk and share our hearts. And it just became just this beautiful thing. I believe that God is he just started working, and that's the invisible work of God, right?
Right.
Doing things without you knowing or seeing it until afterwards. Then you see, it's like God can put this stairway, this half stairway in front of you, but you don't see the entire stairway. Are you going to take the next step? Or are you going to pause and be like, I don't know, because I don't see the other half of the stairway. But that's how it is with faith. It's like, I have to believe it before I see it. Because if I don't believe it, then I don't have faith. I have fear. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't have fear at the time. I wasn't afraid of like what we was going through. I mean, we don't been where we disagreed before, but I was just at a different space in my life that I was like, I'm just tired. You know, it's sometimes you just get tired of talking and tired of all the things and all the disrespect that you feel like you're kind of going through at the time. And so you just like, I can't do it anymore. And so God was showing me a different him. God showed me I was able to see him as opposed to all the
distractions that we had. There was a lot. And I think with a lot of distractions, you really got to be careful if you married or if you coding or whatever.
Yeah.
Because then you kind of lose each other with all the distractions.
Yeah.
You have less time.
For sure.
You know, and you can't figure things out. So what I do know is when you pray about something, you got to really be looking. Because I think God will give you little gems along the way.
Absolutely.
Because one or two times we came to Charlotte, it just felt right.
Yeah.
Some of the people were very polite.
Yeah.
So I think he was showing us like, hey, you out of the chaos. This is a whole lot better outfit. So, and the crazy part, when we did get here to look a couple times, we always look in the same area. Mm-hmm. You know, Mount Holly, it was always that, and it just looked like, man, this just feels so right.
Yeah.
And it was right.
Yeah. But God started working in the back of things because my daughter having to go that was God, because we needed to be in a space by ourselves.
It was a setup.
And I didn't see it was a setup. And I didn't see it then. I'm just like, oh my God, why are we going through all these things and not knowing that this is what he's doing? He needed to restore us. He needed us to just be in that moment by ourselves in that room working it out. We had nowhere to go. I had no room to go into. I had nowhere to send him to, no sofa, no nothing. We had to work it out in that one room.
It was like we were jailmates.
It wasn't that bad.
Roommates, because we was trapped. But I would say always when you prayful and you trying to change some things, always look for those little gems. Like, wow, this seems. I think he's working with you to try to set you up and give you opportunity.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think when you're discouraged and you don't see the gems,
right?
Because you discouraged and you all you see is chaos.
And that's why you have
confusion.
To have faith, because you will stop right there.
Yeah, because if you have to pause, kind of, sort of
breathe,
and you have to know that when you're praying about situations. Now, remember, I was praying, God, I am going to lose my mind. I need an outlet. I need to leave. And he was praying, God, show me if I need to leave.
Right. If I need to jump on board.
Yeah. I was already praying.
Right.
So God was listening to those prayers, but he was interlinking these, intertwining these, both our prayers together.
Because he heard us.
Because he heard
and
our
they
prayers.
Really want this.
And so although I was thinking something totally the opposite, God was saying, no, I'm going to make this where you're not going to have a choice but to listen to him. He's not going to have a choice but to listen to you. You're about to spill your heart. He's about to spill his heart. You guys about to make this work. And so by my daughter having to leave, it was nobody but he and I. And so we had to be in that moment in that room, and we had to, and God actually, he just restored. He restored us in that room of seeing each other like we did before.
Right.
And the faith part in that is I decided, okay, let me change my mindset and let me actually do what not only I knew God wanted me to do, but what Milton had said prior to, is that you need to work on your marriage. And so when I started thinking about that, and I'm like, okay, let me work on this. Let me do that. That was faith. That was me having faith that even though I didn't see the happy ending, my faith said it will be coming.
Right.
It's coming.
And,
right.
And so I think we responded differently. Like, that's when you understood the faith. What I understood when I was in Atlanta and I was trying to go them 2 weeks of, I need an answer because I'm hard-headed, Lord. You're going to have to show me that this is what I need to do. When he showed me at that point, I said, not only is he setting me up there, but he also set me up so we can improve my marriage. Yeah. So I need to respond. If she say something about the D word, which she did, that was my response. What I was hearing, like, no, what we gonna do, you need to work on that, and I'm gonna work on it. We gonna work on this thing. Yeah. But he did all of that just for nothing. No, that's for a reason. That was a reason, right? And it was so awesome, you guys, that God just restored us in that moment. And after he restored us, then my husband was working, and this is how God works, y'all. When he was working, and now we didn't have a place because we still looking. And my husband was went to service something. I don't even know at this guy's house, and the guy was moving, and he needed someone to rent his space. And here we were, and it was so easy to get in. We didn't sign nothing. We got in. It was a beautiful place. He left a lot of his furniture there. Yeah. So it was just amazing. And fortunately, it was like 5 minutes away from where we was at. Right. Still within our area that we wanted to be in, and close to my job. And so, because remember, Milton is remote, so he don't have a base place. So he's going to be working from home and then leaving and going out. So it was important that we find somewhere close where she ain't got to deal with traffic. Right. And that was just literally like 5 minutes. Yeah. Back then. Like 5 minutes away from my job. And so God he said, okay, now I can trust you. I can trust you with this space because now you've gotten your stuff together. You did the little things. You did the work. You passed the test. You did the work. Right. Now I can send you here, and he don't have to be on the sofa. Right. I don't have to be in one room. He don't have to be in another, because now you've done the work. And so now that was just so awesome and amazing, you guys. And so
that is what we want to talk about, because I feel like people get into situations where they don't see where faith can kick in. But faith is sometimes like it's behind the scene. It's like faith is working those things behind the scenes that you don't see, because he was moving in ways that I didn't even realize that's what he was moving and how he was doing it. And when I look back on it, faith was just, he showed me where faith was. Like, I'm moving here. I had faith when I asked the question, do you have a position? And he did. I had faith when I was driving and I was like, I don't know where I'm going to stay, but I know God is going to take care of this. Milton had faith that God was going to restore the marriage. I wasn't thinking about the marriage at the time. I just was like, God, I wanted to be in another area. I had Milton, I was like, well, the job situation, God was just working, because not only did I have the same two as he did, God gave us both those things. God was just working the whole entire time. And when my daughter had to go back, and let me say our daughter, because I keep saying my daughter. When our daughter had to go back, we had to be in this place, but we had faith that we wasn't gonna be there long. We had, when our mind shifted to fix this relationship, we had faith that we was gonna be able to do it. And we did. And then we knew that God was going to work this out. And then he let him walk straight in to a place that was ours.
A stranger.
He walked into this place that ended up being our home. We didn't apply for it. Mm-mm. We didn't look for it.
We hadn't even started looking yet.
No, we hadn't. We was just busy trying to get us together. We wasn't even thinking about a place at the time. And remember, we was just getting our job, so we didn't even have checks, right? Because we had another job. So we wasn't even looking for that. But we didn't apply for this job, this house. We didn't look for this house. My husband went to a service call and walked into our next home.
And look, people have to kind of have a great sense of trusting you for them to do something like that. Mm-hmm. Now, he rented it out and he was going to be out of town. Mm-hmm. So I know God was all over that and say, you know what? I got a situation. This might be my person right here. And do you even remember when I came and told you?
Yeah, you was like, I found us a place. I'm like, how you find us a place? We haven't even looked. He's like, my first call today. The guy's moving out.
I don't even remember that.
And it's so crazy, because if Milton wasn't as personable as he is,
it wouldn't have happened.
It wouldn't have happened. Well, I take that back. God would have allowed that to happen some kind of way. But it was just amazing how it happened. And it's just miracles on top of miracles, and faith and believing that things before it even manifests. That's what faith is, you guys. Even when you're going through things in different situations in your life and you feel like there's no hope, there is hope. There is hope. If you're allowed to be here the next day is full of hope and faith and restoration and redemption and all the things, right?
I want to say that. Think about, it's not over until it's over.
Yeah, until you're gone.
You could be laid down, get up. It ain't over until it's over. Just keep fighting the good fight.
Just keep fighting.
You know what I mean? Because doors
fighting.
will open. If you get right there at the door and obstacles are in your way, just work it out and get over those obstacles.
Yes.
Because something good down that road is going to happen, and you don't want to shortchange yourself.
Yes.
God done gave you a blessing and gave you a route. You gotta follow that route.
Yes, absolutely. But you guys, this is part one of our seeing it before, believing it before you see it, right? Our part two will be in a couple of weeks, and we're going to have special guests in the house for part two, because this, when I tell you about restoration, God restored. God just restored. And so we're going to have a couple on our podcast talking about restoration and their relationship and how God just did it for them. And I'm excited about that, right? I think that's going to be a very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. So this is part 1 of our podcast, and we'll have part 2 in a couple of weeks. It won't be next week, probably the week after, because there's a lot going on with scheduling. So it'll be not this week, but next week. So we want you to tune in for part 2, and it might be a part 3 because
I was just thinking that
it might be a part 3 because it might go longer.
I didn't want to mention it, but I think it's going to be a part 3.
Okay, so it might be a part 3 to this. So we want to continue to talk about faith, and if you're in a situation right now where you feel like there's no hope, it's so chaotic, you don't know how to make your move or how to get up when you're feeling so low, we're hoping that this will show you that faith is seeing it before it manifests. Faith is seeing it here, and knowing that God has all power to do what he says he's going to do, right? But we have to have faith, and we have to believe that no matter what it looks like, it doesn't matter what it looked like. It can look terrible, but God can take a mess and make it beautiful, right?
True.
And so we was in a mess, and he made it beautiful. And I felt like he restored it. Not only did he restore it, he restored it so beautifully that we just became each other's best friend, ride or die, partner, Bonnie and Clyde, wherever. You don't see one without seeing the other. It's very rare.
And when you think about it back then, it just seems so odd that what was going on back then compared to what's going on now.
Yeah.
Like, why was it like that?
Yeah.
But we just didn't understand a whole lot of what was happening.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in the mess, it is hard. That's why she had the urgency to get out of the mess for a minute.
Absolutely.
And I think it wasn't long that you feel a relief or a weight right off of you. So that's when you know you done made the right move.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So remember, in closing, remember that faith sees the finished work before the evidence shows up. Again, remember that faith sees the finished work before the evidence shows up.
So
Got it?
We realized the evidence at the end.
Absolutely.
Now you know it was faith.
That was
that
faith.
got you there.
That's right. So you guys, we want to thank you for tuning in to the Roll Effect podcast. We appreciate you more than you know. Again, this is part 1. Part 2 will be in a couple of weeks. So we hope that you will be joining us at that time. Make sure you have your notification bell on so that you can be notified whenever we upload a video.
Yep.
Don't forget to check out Just Us, Milton and Felicia on Sunday at 3 p.m. Don't forget to
subscribe, share, like,
and comment.
And if you have any issues or anything you want to talk about regarding this or any other matter, please put it in the comment box, and we may make an episode out of that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend about the Roll Effect podcast. Share it with someone that you think is going through something and that need this, just to see that even though we may look like we've always had it together, that God has restored us, not just this time, other times in the past as well. So God is a God of restoration, and he can take what you think is ugly and make it beautiful again. So don't give up, hold on to faith, and just keep pushing, right?
Keep on pushing,
Keep pushing.
It ain't over till it's over.
Amen. Amen to that. So until next time, you guys, see ya. Be blessed.
Peace and love.
Yeah. It's the role effect. We talk love, we talk faith. God first, couple goals, ain't no room for the hate. We keep it real, keep it true.